Hey guys, it's Austin from Athilates.com, and it's starting to kind of rain out here in Los Angeles, so let's get this done. Today's new favorite exercise of the week is another combination, because I love to combine things that kind of work on multiple patterns at the same time. It's an overhead shoulder flexion with a dowel where you just kind of lock into place, and then you're going to go through what is a gymnastics scale. So a gymnastics scale is basically a one-legged RDL, a hip hinge kind of thing, where the idea is you're going to come from standing and then you're going to try to keep that bar in line with your ears while you hinge over and then back to standing. So on paper, that's simple. I probably just did the best job right there, but there's a lot of things going on. So number one, I want you guys just to be able to work on taking this overhead without arching or moving from your spine where you flare the ribs. So again, my butt is going to be tight. I'm going to lock in my core. I'm going to take a breath out, drop those ribs down, and that's the big thing here. I don't want you to break at the ribs. So now with my ribs locked down, I'm going to take this, and I'm not squeezing my scapula together yet here. I'm letting my scapula do its natural thing. I'm going to take this bar overhead. Now I'm not going to be able to go as far as if I broke. So with everything locked in, I'm going to get right here ideally. If I can get here, this is pretty good. And this is a great exercise to work on that scapular health right here and just get some shoulder flexion without breaking, because if you're doing anything overhead as an overhead athlete, if you're kind of doing snatching, you need to keep this strong and stable. So that's part one. Part two, this being a single leg exercise, I'm asking you to get onto one leg, and now we're challenging hip mobility, we're challenging hip stability, hip and pelvic stability, because as soon as you're on one leg, that gluteus medius, everything here has to be active to control things. I don't want, and then also we're going all the way down to the foot. I don't want to see your ankle cave in. So we're going to be working on almost like a foot isometric here, where you're going to have to keep that tripod foot. So you should be able to shift your weight to one leg without the foot caving in, and then everything else also rotating internally as well. So the number one thing is, if you can't keep that tripod, just work on kind of shifting your weight back and forth and then slowly getting up onto one leg, staying stable without caving, without that knee caving in, that ankle caving in. Once you can do that, you can start progressing to this exercise. So remember, this is a total body up the chain thing. So I want to be stable on this foot. I'm going to then get onto one leg here. And if I have to use this pole right now just to work on that and then moving through the hip, because I don't want any motion at that spine, this is as far as I'm going to go. Once I'm able to progress, we're going to start taking this thing up, up, up. So now we can work on locking in that core, shoulder flexion overhead, keeping that tripod foot. My glute is active. I can even feel my rotators really working here. And then we're just going to hinge through that hip. So give this a try. If you can start to hit that, you can try to start also straightening that leg out in front of you as much as possible and trying to come through as a full gymnastic scale. And try not to rotate open. It's pretty tough. So try to combine all that stuff in together. I guess we call this a overhead gymnastic scale. Maybe you can create a little name for it. I like it as just a drill to kind of work on total body everything. So it's a great stability drill. Give it a shot. It's Austin coming at you from Athilates.com with the workout of the week, exercise of the week.